fourth official is Tom Mensa. The first assistant referee is Dennis Brown. The second assistant referee is Darren Dillon.
Welcome back, everyone, to Purple Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, wearing all yellow tonight, yellow shirts, shorts, and socks, and Energy FC in their home greens, the green shirts, the white shorts, and the green socks. And Energy coming off Mo, the last 6 games, as we talked about, unbeaten in the last 6 games. And I know Jimmy wants to get off, keep that momentum. He may have lost a little bit over the last 2 weeks not playing, but a good start here, a quick strike might help them in getting that momentum back.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned with the heat. I mean, that's the only thing that I would be concerned with. It really is. It's back up. It feels like it's in the 95s and 100s. So I think that's only going to be the only concern. They're going to have maybe even have a water break halfway through the first half. But I see that.
It possibly could happen. 95 degrees here at game time, but on the field, the heat index well over 100, probably about 102, 103 on the field. And, you know, contrary to what we've had over the previous home games, Mo, the wind is only 15 miles an hour tonight, so it's not like it's blowing to kind of cool you off whenever you start to sweat. So it's going to be very muggy, very warm on the field tonight.
Yeah, it seems like when you play in Oklahoma, you either have the 60-mile-an-hour wind and no sun, or you have the sun and no wind to keep you cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a bit of a devil's disciple there.
Well, we appreciate those watching on YouTube tonight, those from Pittsburgh watching our broadcast tonight. Glad to have you along here in Oklahoma City. Jack Dammer with Mo Borum, as Energy FC will be back in action after tonight's game on Thursday night. They have 2 more home games in this 6-game homestand before we hit the road for a couple of games. Thursday night at home against Arizona, followed by Saturday night at home against the Los Angeles Galaxy 2. And then the Energy will be on the road at Harrisburg and at Dayton, Ohio. And Mo, 5 games over the next 14 days after this team hasn't played for 2 weeks, so they're getting ready to see a lot of action over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and that's where we're going to be very thankful that we've got a very strong squad. Yeah. Considering when you look at it, you know, and we said earlier on in the pre-game that we're probably, and we forgot Pete Karinji, who's been injured. Yeah. So, you know, we're 7 players either not here, injured, or in hospital. It's amazing. Out of 22.
Yeah, that's quite a few.
And that's why we need the strength of a good squad, especially when we start getting all these games on top of each other, you know.
We are about set to go here. Greg Doka, the referee from Chicago, will get us underway. The Energy will have the kickoff. And here it is. It's sent back to Gareth Evans, and he will send it all the way up the field. And it is won by the Pittsburgh Riverhounds here at midfield. And there's their big forward, Jose Angulo, who has it at top. He's a big old boy, and he takes a shot, and it's going to go off of him to the left of the post. He looked like he wanted to ricochet off of maybe Gareth, but didn't get it. Yeah, and so it'll be a goal kick for Energy to start things off here.
Real quick start from the Riverhounds. That really was a bit of a surprise. I thought they'd sit back a little bit, but they've come straight at us.
Here's the goal kick by Samir Bader, won by the Riverhounds. They will bring it down the left side near the touchline. It is Kevin Kerb on the ball, and he has it taken away by Abraham Villon over to Kyle Miller, and Miller sends it back to Bader, who will one-touch it out of the area, and it is out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Riverhounds right in front of their bench, directly below us to our left. Pittsburgh moving from our right to left or from south to north, so what wind there is will be at their backs to start the first half here, and then Energy will have it in the second half. Again, we are just underway from Oklahoma City. Glad to have you along tonight on 96.1 KXY. The Riverhounds have it. They will send it back to their keeper, Michael Lish, and a dangerous touch as Kyle Gregg gets a play on the ball, and Lish's kick out goes out of bounds on the far touchline, and so it'll be a throw-in for the Energy from about 30 yards up.
Yeah, for me, it looks like they're playing 3 up front. You know, I don't know about 5 at the back. These 3 lads here haven't come over the halfway line yet.
And here is a long pass down the field, and it's going to be offsides called on the Energy. And I believe he might have been looking at maybe Kyle Gregg was offsides, not sure, but Jimmy Nilsson does not like that call. And so the first whistle goes against Energy. It will be an offsides call. So the free kick will be taken by the keeper, Lish, and he will restart it, and it goes short to his defensive back, Matthew Dahlman, on the far side. Here's a long pass over to the near side, and that pass goes out of bounds for another Energy throw-in here on the near side. Kyle Miller will take it this time from about 35 yards up this time, looking for someone in green and has no one available. Now throws it long down the field looking for Kyle Gregg. And Michael Thomas has a play and a whistle and a foul as Abraham Beyond fouls Kevin Kerr near the midfield stripe. And so it'll be a free kick for Pittsburgh just in front of their own bench, just beyond the midfield stripe by about 12 yards. Good crowd still making their way in here to Purple Stadium on a very hot night. Probably trying to stay cool, Mo, before this game started, before they had to make their way into the sun, because it is very warm in the sun. Will be even warmer tomorrow, but for next week's game it could cool off a bit. Here's the free kick taken into the box, and Bader comes out and makes a diving stop easily just in front of his 6-yard box, and now he will punt it out.
It looks to me, Jack, as though the manager of this team has said to him, look, you know, they've got a new keeper in, let's try testing him, because they certainly are pushing forward very quickly for an away side. They're very attack-minded.
Here's a throw-in by the Energy to Otta, and he had it into Kyle Miller to make a nice run down the near touchline, and it is taken away, but won back by the Energy's Dan Delgado, who's trying to fight off Joseph Winya, and a whistle, and it's going to be actually a free kick for the Energy just on the goal line outside the box. So Delgado was fouled, and it will be Otta Dugeri and Abraham Vian who will set up on the ball, and I would believe Dugeri will take this free kick. The left footer will take it. It is just off of the goal line in front of the arc on the right side of the field. We are in the 5th minute here in Oklahoma City. Dugeri approaches, and here's the kick. It is in the air, floats up, headed in, and goal! Michael Thomas with his 3rd goal of the year off of an Otta Dugeri assist. That is his 4th assist of the season, and the Energy strike early here in the 5th minute, 1-0, Mo.
It's funny, I was talking to Addy when he was practicing corners. I said, we've got him at the back post, and he's done it again. Brilliant. You know,
they spent the last part of the practice yesterday working on that exact same kick right there.
I watched Addy after the training, and he was continuing to knock balls to the back post. It's the weakest place for a defending team.
So Michael Thomas with his 3rd goal, and the Energy lead it 1-0 here in the 5th minute. And here is Jimmy Madronda, the new player from Sporting Kansas City. Nifty move at midfield to win the ball after the restart by Pittsburgh. And now Evans has it. He takes a pass up the field to Kyle Gregg, who will play it back to Vian. Vian up to Kyle Miller, who's got some room in front of him. Down the near touchline to Dugeri. Dugeri will keep it in bounds off of the left foot. Now goes toward the goal line. Here's a cross with his right foot. It sails up into the air, and no one there. And the ball will go out of bounds on the far side for a throw-in for Pittsburgh.
Now we've started to look a little bit as though we are attacking them. Now they're starting to sit back, so that's good news from our side. But a great goal. Again.
Great goal by Michael Thomas, who was left wide open on the back post once again. Him and Mark Howard have just loved that back post, don't they?
Don't they?
Over the last several games.
It was poor defending from the River. They had no one at the back.
Here's a throw-in by the Riverhounds. Play to Michael Green, and now a whistle and a foul, a hard foul on the far touchline by Jimmy Madronda. It'll be a free kick for Pittsburgh. And they will quickly put it back in. Well, I thought they were going to quickly put it back into play, but Dahlman will take his time, and now we'll put it into play, and a long kick on the restart comes up and taken off the chest by Kyle Miller, and his pass comes up across midfield. Kyle Gregg was not there, and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds win it. Kevin Kerr on the ball now for Pittsburgh. Here's Daniel Earls. Make that Dahlman, and his pass is knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Pittsburgh. They get it into Angula. Angula down the right touchline, headed out by Howard. Dewey with a left-footed clear. And it's to Madronda, who will get it up to Delgado. Delgado comes to the middle to Otta Dugeri. Dugeri looking for someone to pass to, has Thomas behind him, and Thomas will play it out to the far touchline to Douay. Douay to Medronda. Medronda back to Douay, and they will play it back now to Mark Howard, who had a goal his last game off of a set piece, off of a corner kick.
I'm just a little bit concerned with Abe's positioning, because he's supposed to be sitting next to Michael Thomas, and Ada keeps on saying to him, hey, and he's just not dropping just that little bit deeper to be level with Michael. If you look at it now, Michael's on his own in the middle of the park. I think Ada, if he's going to be playing that position of the other holding midfield player, he's got to be a little bit deeper.
Pittsburgh had kicked it out for a goal kick, so this will be another goal kick here in the 8th minute. 1-0 Energy with the lead. Mercy can help you do more of what you love. Go to mercy.net/performance to learn how. Mercy, proud sponsor of Energy FC. Here's Bader's goal kick. High in the air across midfield. Floats up into the air, flicked on by the Energy to Abraham Vion, who gets it taken away. But here's Kyle Miller back on the ball. Up to Dugeri along the near touchline. He is double teamed. Up to Vion now. Vion on the near touchline as well. Back to Miller. Miller now to the middle of the field to Medronda. Medronda's got some room to Kyle Gregg. Into the box. And the keeper comes out and slides and takes it away from Kyle Gregg. Good play that time by Michael Lish to come out. That is his 33rd save of the year.
Yeah, good ball by Jimmy there. Very quick. First time touch.
Here's a long pass up by Pittsburgh and headed out by Mark Howard. It'll be a throw-in for Pittsburgh on the far side, about 10 yards out. And the throw-in will be taken by Matthew Dahlman. And he throws it right to an Energy FC player. Medronda has it up to Gregg, and Gregg flicks it on, and they're going to say it went off of Gregg out of bounds, the Pittsburgh throw-in. They will throw it backwards across midfield into their defensive half. And here is Kevin Kerr, long pass up to the far touchline. Giving chase is Medronda and Delgado, the two new players for the Energy. Dahlman has it to Kerr, into the middle of the field to Vincent. Vincent with it, looking for a shot, and it's knocked down by Dugeri on a nice tackle to prevent the shot, and Energy take over here in the 10th minute. Howard to Thomas. Thomas up to Medronda. He brings it across the stripe, looking for Gregg. Gregg has it now as he takes it away from the defender, Montegalvin. Here is Gregg in the box. Now he'll play it back to Medronda just outside the box, looking for a shot, and tried to find one, but it wasn't there, and Pittsburgh takes over. Ball comes to the near side of the field to Winya, and now to Kerr. And the ball will now be played to the near side to Sterling Flunder. Over to Felix Montegalvin. He has a long pass up, and it's taken away by Kyle Miller. To Vion, one touches it back to Dugeri, who will let it play back a little bit to Gareth Evans. Evans now will go all the way back to Bader. Samir again making his 3rd appearance of the season, came in relief of Kempen in the last game because John kind of ran into the post and was hobbled a little bit. And the ball goes out. It will be a throw-in.
Oh.
They say it went off of the Energy.
Yeah, sure it went off of the guy, yellow.
And Pittsburgh will take the throw-in near midfield. So Kempen okay, but he was recalled to Kansas City off of Kronberg's injury, and so Samir getting his 2nd start of the season, and he has a .873 goals against average for the season in those 2 appearances. 5 saves on the season. Playing in the 12th minute here in Oklahoma City. Michael Thomas on the ball. Passes over to Evans. Evans will bring it up. Long pass now down to Otto Dugeri, who has some room in front of him, to the edge of the box. Plays it off his left foot, looking for a shot. And here's a heel pass to Vion. Across the 6, and no one there. And he clears by Pittsburgh. And Gula now with it. A one-touch pass over to Vincent. And now way down the field, across the stripe. There goes Michael Green. Green with it to the middle of the field. Here is, make that Daniel Earls, and Earls has it taken away by Kyle Miller. Quickly up to Dan Delgado. Delgado looking for Gregg. Energy on the move quickly here. leading 1-0 here in the 13th minute. And now they'll slow up, and Michael Thomas will bring it to the bottom of the circle and will come near side to Evans. Energy owning most of the possession here, first part of this first half. And here is Medrondo. Left-footed pass to the far side to Delgado, edge of the box. Tries to cross, knocked away by Pittsburgh, and it will go out of bounds. It'll be an Energy throw-in, far side of the field.
Yeah, Addy tried there to thread it through an eye of a needle, and defender got his foot to it and knocked it out. It's still our Energy in possession.
Miller now with it for the Energy. Bottom of the circle, has some space to Kyle Gregg. Gregg looks to turn against two guys. We'll give it up to the far side to Delgado, edge of the box. Now he's in the box on the left foot, looking for Medrano, and here comes the keeper again to make another save. Michael Lish out again as he dives to his right and comes away with it before Medronda could come away with it on his foot.
Yeah, I thought Danny there could have had a shot rather than make a pass. We tried to overplay it, and that's what we don't want to do.
Here's a dangerous play, and Abraham Vion goes down as he collided. He collided with Anthony Arena on a tackle, and now Pittsburgh will throw it out just to make sure that Vion is okay, and he is up. No foul on the play, and so they will play on. It will be an Energy throw-in, but I'm sure they'll play the sportsman's game and toss it back to Pittsburgh, who had possession of the ball. And they will play it back now to the keeper. Lish will throw it out, and here comes Pittsburgh back on the attack. They will slow it up a bit, though. 1-0, Oklahoma City with the lead over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Here in the 15th minute, Energy unbeaten in their last 6 games. An errant pass taken away by Energy. Thomas across midfield to Medronda. Far side to Delgado. Back to Medronda, and now here is Dewey on it. And he will give it over to Delgado, to Thomas. A little outside the foot pass back to Evans. And now back to Thomas. And they'll play it over to Mark Howard. Good possession here, Mo, by the Energy.
Always scares me, though, Jack, when they're playing it across the back and there's three players pressuring them. It's not that I don't have faith in the lads. I just don't. I like to see it go into the midfield and then come back if it's coming back. But
yeah,
to keep playing it across, eventually, I always think we're going to lose it, and we obviously haven't there. So
Abraham Vion to Evans. Here's a pass up to Kyle Gregg. It's headed out by Pittsburgh, and Thomas heads it back to his keeper, Bader, and Bader will quickly throw it out to Mark Howard. So that's a good thing about this team, Mo, is that with Samir in the game, John Kippen now back with Kansas City, they really don't lose a lot because Samir Bader's a great goalkeeper.
Yeah, very good. I keep saying it until I'm going blue in the face. But we're very fortunate that we've got 3 excellent, even if Jennings had to come on in place of Samir, we've got 3 keepers that are exceptional.
Here's Pittsburgh. Angula now with a shot taken from distance. That's about his 4th attempt from that distance.
But everyone's been scuttled and doesn't look like a shot.
Yeah.
You can see what he's trying to do, but he's trying to shoot from 25, 30 yards when he's off balance. He's facing the wrong way, and he hasn't had a shot anywhere near the target yet.
So it'll be another goal kick for Energy as we play in the 17th minute here in the first half from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Jack Damrow, Mo Borum, Jim Byers. In-studio producer John Zonlo. Here is Kyle Miller as he climbed the back of Joseph Winya, and it's a foul.
I will say one thing, though. Carl was winning more balls in the air, but for the first time, I think, in all the games we've seen played, their centre halves are about the same size as Carl, 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah.
Normally we come up like Jack the Giants, and they're 6'8", and, but all their back 4 are around about the same size.
Felix Montegalvin will take the free kick, headed out by Miller. Pittsburgh brings it down, but they will maintain possession but send it back, and it will go all the way back to their keeper, Michael Lish, who is on loan from the Houston Dynamo. Here's a long pass down for Pittsburgh, and it goes across the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for Energy here in the 18th minute. Eat, drink, and play at Kickapoo Casino, Hara and Shawnee. 2 locations, just 30 minutes from Oklahoma City. Kickapoo Casino, get rewarded. Energy with a 1-0 lead. Looking for their 6th victory of the year. And maintain that 8th position, which is a playoff position so far, with 12 games to go after tonight.
Yeah, Houston Dynamos are there. I like our Kansas City. They're their sort of feeder team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh with possession at midfield, near side. Felix Montegalvin will bring it to the near side on a bad pass, and it goes out. He was looking for Flunder. Yeah. Nowhere near him, and it's
under no pressure at all.
Yeah.
Just gave it away.
On the throw-in, Evans sent it deep, and it's won by Pittsburgh, who now is playing against Dugeri, who steals it. He's in the box. Will slow up, looking for a pass into the middle to Delgado. He fakes the keeper out, shoots, and scores! Boy, a very bad defensive possession by Pittsburgh led to a steal by Otto Dugeri and a goal by Dan Delgado, his first as an Energy FC player. It is now 2-0 in the 19th minute.
Yeah, awful mistake from the central defender. You know, he tried to dribble it out, got caught with it. Very unselfish pass to Danny, and then Danny made out he was going to shoot. Came inside him and just knocked it into the empty net virtually. But very, very poorly playing from the central defender. He must be wishing the ground would swallow him up.
That was a nifty move around the keeper, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. He did very well there.
Those on YouTube watching it could see that. It's hard to describe on the radio, but again, it was a very nice move around Lish. Ball is now restarted. Here's a bad play back to Samir Bader, and he kind of kicks it out of bounds. It will be a corner kick, the first of the game for Pittsburgh on a bad play for the Energy on the other half of the field.
Yeah, this is the one thing you've got to concentrate for the first 5 minutes after a goal's been scored.
Yeah.
You know, you always think you've cracked it, you're 2-0 up, and you relax a little bit, and that first 5 minutes after that goal's scored.
Here's the corner. It is in the air, and the Energy clear it. Well, not a very good clear by Vion. Ball is still live in the box, and now finally outside the box, and Pittsburgh comes away with it. Vincent has it, sends it into the box, and it's headed out by the Energy. Here's Medrondo. Left-footed pass up to Dugeri, who takes it away almost from Flunder, but he's able to get a foot on it and kicks it out for an Energy throw-in.
Yeah, almost stole it again. Same guy.
I think you're going to see Jimmy Nielsen, the head coach for Energy, keep going after number 5 Sterling Flunder because they've had success against him so far. Yep. Here, the Energy on the break again to the middle of the field. Here's Vion, and Vion has it taken away from behind. Nice defense that time by Pittsburgh. Abraham Vion could not get a shot off, and now Pittsburgh with the ball at midfield. But again, taken away by Michael Thomas. And here come Energy once again. Medronda to Delgado, working that left side of the field. Comes back to Vion. To Thomas, and Thomas will play it back to Due. Now Vion has come back. Kyle Gregg with it.
Good turn.
And has it kicked away by Pittsburgh back to their keeper Lish, who will try to reset his defense and get a break here from the Energy's attack here in the 22nd minute. Energy up 2-0.
They seem to be playing their 2 centre halves very, very wide.
Yes. Yeah, I noticed that.
You know, I would have thought they'd wanted to get in a bit because that's where they're getting ripped apart, right down the middle.
Here's a long pass up, headed out by Kyle Miller, headed back by Michael Thomas, back to the keeper Bader. Nice smart play by Thomas, who felt the guy on his back, Mo, and didn't really have a play going forward, so he headed it all the way back.
Yeah, he's always, the thing that amazes me with Michael, he's always aware of where players are. And some of his balls, I think, how did he see that? You know, and his first-time balls are tremendous.
Here's the pass up, flicked on by Gregg, and cleared out by Pittsburgh back to their keeper, as Dahlman had a one-touch backwards as well to Lish. And he quickly gets it out to Montegalvin and then up to Kevin Kerr. Everything seems for Pittsburgh goes through their midfield guy, the 25-year-old Kevin Kerr. And here's a ball that's headed out or kicked out by the Energy. It will be a throw-in for Pittsburgh on the far side of the field. Play comes back for the Riverhounds and knocked out by Medronda, who thought he had kind of kicked it off of a Riverhound foot, but he did not get the call. Here's Angula, has it taken away by Medronda. Abraham Vion now with the run. 3-on-2 break for the Energy, and Vion has to slow up, and from behind, Jose Angulo takes it away. Kevin Kerr now with it for the Riverhounds. Peebo Due. Up to Vion, and now back to Thomas, and Thomas looking for someone to pass to, and finally gets it over to Due, and he'll send it back to Mark Howard. Up to Medronda, and they'll play back and forth. He and Howard will.
Yeah, they're being very patient now, which is sensible. You know, it's no good roaring forward. Well done, Carl. It was a bit unlucky that he took it down on his chest and it bounced away off his foot.
24th minute here in Oklahoma City. Energy with a 2-0 lead. Pittsburgh with possession. Robert Vincent. His pass stolen by the Energy. Abraham Vion to Dugeri. He touches it right back to Vion, who turns, brings it across midfield to Kyle Miller. Miller near touchline. His pass is knocked away, and Vion is pushed from behind by Kevin Kerr. And Kerr commits his 21st foul of the season. That leads Pittsburgh. And the Energy will quickly put it back into the play. Long pass by Thomas across the field to Due, and now to Medronda, to Vion. One touching it all over the field to Thomas, and now to Due.
Yeah, if they can keep the Riverhounds running with their quick passing, just one touch and pass, one touch and pass.
Energy maintains possession now defensively in their defensive half. Mark Howard near side to Evans. Evans with a nifty move around Joseph Winya. Up to Miller. Miller. And his pass knocked out of bounds by Flunder. It'll be a throw-in for the Energy at midfield. Miller will take it to Dugeri. Dugeri is double teamed, but able to get out of that double team and sends it back to Mark Howard. Dan Delgado loses it, but won right back by Medronda, who has a break in the box. Let's see what he can do with it. He shoots, and it's off the keeper, just wide of the post. It'll be a corner kick for Oklahoma City.
That was a really good effort. Keeper done well. Thought it was in the corner of the other side. Just bounced fast. Very unfortunate. Showed a good good touch of pace there, didn't he?
Yes, no doubt about it. I like Jimmy Medronda. He is quick on the ball, Mo, and he has some good moves and very smart so far here in the first 26 minutes.
Yeah, he looks very
played.
sharp.
Yeah.
Very sharp.
Here is Dugeri with the corner kick. Let's see if they go back post again. It is in the air, and Lish knocks it out. Due, though, there will send it back in. And his pass is not very good, but here's Medronda with a kick. It is up in the air. Here comes Dugeri, and he shoots wide of the post just right. On a volley by Otto Dugeri.
That certainly wasn't a pass. That was a shot run wrong from Medronda. And maybe Addy could have taken it down there.
27th minute, 2-0. Energy with the lead. A goal kick for Pittsburgh coming up. High into the air. Ball floats up. Headed up by the Energy. Thomas able to clear it out on a sliding kick to the ground. Here is Kevin Kerr. Pass to the far touchline. Delgado defensively. Due comes up. A double team and a foul's called, but they're going to play the advantage here in the middle of the field. Vincent, and he lost it. Cleared out by Mark Howard. Back to Kevin Kerr, who will reset from about 40 yards out. Pittsburgh sends it into the box. It floats up, and here comes Samir out from his keeper spot. Flies through the air and grabs it.
Looked very confident there when he went for it, didn't he? There was no mistake. Mind you, when you see a 6'4" 200-pound guy diving at you.
Yeah, you might want to get out of the way.
You might want to get out of the way, yeah.
Here's Kyle Miller, and he's grabbed to the turf and pulled down for a foul at midfield against Pittsburgh. It'll be a free kick for the Energy right at midfield. Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Mo, I know we talked about it before we went on the air. What is a Riverhound?
A Riverhound is a man that works on the riverside, and he used to be called River Dog, and it's related back to that. So they called him, it was a little bit nasty to call him a River Dog, so they called him a Riverhound.
You have a great memory.
You've only just told me it.
I know. Related back to a barge worker. Did my research yesterday on what a Riverhound is. So those in Pittsburgh, we did our research thanks to Wikipedia. Great history in Pittsburgh all around with their sports teams, of course.
Wasn't it William Pitt that lived there?
Here's a slide tackle by Pittsburgh's Flunder, and he takes away from Dugeri, but the ball's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Went off of Pittsburgh. It'll be a throw-in for the Energy at midfield right in front of us. Kyle Miller will take it for the Energy. About 17 minutes to go here in half number one on a very hot night here in Oklahoma City. 95 degrees at game time. Ball is loose. Picked up by Kevin Kerr. Back to Monte Galvin. Now Kevin Kerr with it once again. He is defended by Madronda, and he's got to give it up. Now here's Robert Vincent on the ball. Far side of the field, and Vincent gets it back now. Pittsburgh playing it defensively, and this is the last time they did this, Mo. They got into trouble, and
they got
scored
caught.
A goal. Yep. Bring it across midfield now. Here's Angulo to Winya, and he lost it. And Energy take it back. Due with the left-footed cross. Go ahead.
When they lose it, Carl is between the two centre backs. The two centre backs are almost playing like fullbacks. And so Carl's got the middle of the park, and then they both have to come in, and neither one knows who's going to take it. So it looks to me.
Pittsburgh with possession here. Bringing it across midfield. Kevin Kerr with a lot of room in front of him. Now he's looking for Winya down the far side. Has it before it goes out of bounds on the far touchline. Brings it back. Due. Nice defense that time by Peebo Due. Runs with it and tried to send a pass to Riverhound, but knocked it out of bounds. Nice defense nonetheless by Peebo Due. It'll be a throw-in for Pittsburgh.
Thought there was a little touch of obstruction there, stopping him running forward, but obviously the referee didn't see that. So.
Obstruction will be the hardest call in the book to get, Mo.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Here is a pass to the near side to Angulo. Sends it in and over the head of Evans, and no one there for Pittsburgh. One of a promising attack for them, and it goes out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yep. And they've defended very well, Mark and Gareth. They haven't had a great deal to do, but when they have had to do it, they've done it. Carl and Peebo look very, very solid at thing. Michael Thomas still a little bit concerned with if Abe's supposed to be playing by the side of Michael Thomas. He's pushing forward a little bit, but then you can probably allow that with this side, because they're allowing them to do it.
Here's the goal kick by Bader, and it goes out of bounds at midfield. Throw-in for Pittsburgh. Flunder quickly gets it in and gets it right back off of Kerr's pass. Kerr with it. He's double teamed and has the ball taken away by Madronda. And Madronda has his ball taken away by Flunder, who slide tackles. And the ball is kicked out of bounds. It'll be an Energy throw-in.
I like the lad Madronda, where he looks very balanced. Great ability on the ball, but moves very quick as well. Very quick.
Energy with possession. Due. And his pass up the field right to a Riverhound, but Energy get it back. Delgado with a pass. Thomas now up to Kyle Gregg. Gregg looking for a pass, brings it near side to Miller. Miller will run with it and has it knocked out of bounds. I believe that is Flunder again. Good battle going on between Miller and Flunder on the near side. Miller will throw it in. All the way back to Evans. And over to Howard. Howard up to Delgado, and it's over his head, headed out by Pittsburgh. Vincent with the ball will run with it across the mid-stripe to Winya. Winya slows it up and sends it backwards defensively, and now the ball comes to the middle to Daniel Earls. And Earls comes back to Arena, I believe, and over to Montegalvin. And his pass up to Angula is taken away by Mark Howard. Now Thomas,
A little bit
double
too tight
team. Angula really giving chase, and they're making him run all over the field back there.
Yeah, the front lad's going to be worn out in the middle of the second half. They'll sub in.
Yeah, you can't do that in 100-degree heat.
No, and I don't think he's any sort of like chicken. I think he's a fairly 28-30, I think he is.
A foul occurred in front of the Energy bench. Vion was fouled by Kevin Kerr. Jose Angulo is 5'11", 185 pounds, and I guess, Mo, what you're saying, he's all of 185?
Who's this? The
forward up?
Yeah,
up
he's
front.
a big lad, and but you know, he's just got no support up there, and so he tries to do everything himself, and I can just see himself wearing himself out. He's made a couple of good runs, to be fair, but his control is not brilliant.
Yeah. Energy with a free kick. Evans will take it, and his kick is brought down by Dewey, but he was out of bounds when he brought it down. It'll be a throw-in for Pittsburgh on the far side.
He was in that 10.
Yes, he was. Became an advertising billboard.
Yeah.
Lish plays at the keeper for Pittsburgh as it was sent back to him, and now the Riverhounds will bring it out from their defensive end. Here's Earls up to Winya. Winya being defended by Vion. Over to Earls, and his pass is stolen by Dugeri, and Dugeri will run with it now from the left side this time up to Kyle Gregg. Can he get there? And Kyle Gregg is pushed off the ball, and no foul is going to be called. Energy with the ball back from midfield. Here's Vion with it into the box, and a slide tackle brought down by Dewey now. After the slide tackle, here's a cross in, and it's cleared by Pittsburgh. And a questionable no call in the box off of a push to Kyle Gregg. That brought Jimmy Nilsson up quickly. Here is Angula with it on the other side of the field offensively for Pittsburgh. Over to Vincent. Vincent looking for a shot. Top of the arc, or top of the arc, excuse me.
I can't believe that that wasn't a foul. The guy was made no attempt to play the ball. He just ran straight into it. I can't believe that he's not seen it. All the linesmen.
Dugeri with it. Will head it out, or up to Kyle Gregg, and now Otta has it back again. Dugeri runs with it and can't catch up to it before it goes out of bounds, and it went off of a yellow foot. And so the Energy will have a throw, and they'll slow things down to get a breather for some of their guys.
I thought that came off Addy.
I did too. They got the call. 35th minute, actually 36th minute. Thomas to Dugeri in the middle to Delgado. Into Thomas by himself, and here comes Lish, and he dives and makes a stop. As Michael Thomas's touch was just a little bit too hard, or else he would have had his second goal of the night. Another diving save by Michael Lish.
He's earning his money tonight, Michael Lish. He's been the busiest of the two keepers.
No doubt. Earls for Pittsburgh. Far side to Dahlman. And now back to Arena. Arena being defended by Gregg. Over to Lish, and now back to the near side to Felix Montegalvin. Up to Kerr. Kerr looking for his big forward. There he is, Angulo. Goes to Michael Green, and Green has it taken away. Nice defense that time by the Energy. They have it taken away. Here is Winya. Winya is tripped up, and a foul is called from about 25 yards out. He was tripped, not sure by who, maybe
it was Jimmy Mandundra, yeah. It was a foul. He caught him on the back of the heel, just trying to get the ball, and he went across the back of him. Clipped his heel, and
couple of players for Pittsburgh taking a water break, and there you see the heat taking effect. Mo, right there is anytime the players get a chance to come over and get water, they are definitely do it for both squads.
Yep.
So it'll be a free kick for Pittsburgh from about 25 yards out in the middle of the field. It will be Dahlman and Earls who will stand at the ball. Energy with 5-6 players in the wall, a foot up from the top of the area. So here is the kick by Earls and headed out by the Energy. The wall worked. Kerr now will send it all the way back, and Pittsburgh will have to reset. Here's a long pass up to Winya, and it actually may have gone off the foot of Madronda. It does, and it's a throw-in for Pittsburgh. And they will quickly restart it. Kevin Kerr with it. Sends it to the far side. Dahlman working against Delgado, and his pass is to no one, but a bad touch by Vion, and actually now won by the Energy. Thought Pittsburgh might come away with that. And Otta has it taken away. Not a good touch that time by Dugeri. Here's a pass down the near touchline to Kevin Kerr, just inside the box. He sends it across, and it's stolen by Michael Thomas. Nice defense that time by Thomas. Up to Dugeri. Dugeri. And his pass to Vion is taken away by Earls, who stepped in front of Abraham to win it. Here's the big forward for Pittsburgh on it. His touch. He has it taken away. 39th minute here in Oklahoma City. 2-0, Energy with the lead. And possession right now. Energy scored early in the 5th minute.
We just want to try and keep the ball now. I mean, the next 5 minutes, we don't want to give a silly goal away before half time. If we're going 2-0 up, I think they'll be quite pleased. And, you know, their possession has been very good. They're keeping it.
Here's Kyle Gregg. Gregg to Delgado, and it's chipped away. The one right back by Dugeri to Vion. Over to Delgado, working the near touchline, looking for someone. Has Gregg. Gregg on a touch pass down to Dugeri, and it's knocked out of bounds by Mota Galvin. It'll be an Energy throw-in from about, I'll say 20 yards out, depending on where Kyle Miller comes in and throws it in. He'll quickly get it in. It doesn't matter to Vion, or make that Dugeri, and he shoots from just outside the area. Not really a good shot that time by Dugeri, and Lish right there.
Yeah, that was powder puffs at 20 paces. but he got the shot in. I mean, at least if you don't shoot, you don't score. So I'd rather see him shoot than run into trouble and lose it.
So Pittsburgh with it now. One touch pass down, but nice outside the foot touch by Mark Howard. Clears it out defensively. Here is Thomas, and Thomas will touch it over to Evans, and he will send it back to Bader. Plays it off of his right foot. Now his left will clear it with his left. Floats up into the air, and Dahlman heads it back in, and it bounces all the way into the box, and Bader is there to pick it up. Energy with a 2-0 lead here in the 41st minute. Gareth Evans with it. Looking far side to Delgado, and stepping in front of Delgado is Dahlman, and he takes it away, and it's knocked out, and it went off of the leg of Dahlman. It'll be an Energy throw-in, and again they'll slow it up as Dewey will come up and take the throw-in.
I think Kyle Gregg's done very well this half. He's moved right across the field. Great target man. Received a lot of balls, brought a lot of players into play. I think he's done very well.
Winya on the ball for Pittsburgh. Near midfield, turns and sends it back to Kerr. Kerr will change directions and come forward to Earls, and now back to Kerr. Kerr brings it across midfield. Long pass down the touchline, looking for Winya, and Evans will take it and send it back to Bader, and he one-touches it out of there. And Vion just climbed the back of Daniel Earls. Vion saying he was fouled earlier against Earls, and I guess that may be in for that one, huh?
I think Earls is a little bit of what I call a poser. He runs around and look at him. You know, not for me.
Earls has it, and he is knocked to the ground, and Thomas fouls him, and it will be a free kick for Pittsburgh, 30 yards out on the near touchline.
Yeah, we just got to be a little bit careful now. We don't want to give a silly goal away with 3 or 4 minutes to go. So we've got to defend in numbers, which we have done. We've got everybody behind the ball. Just got to get this ball out and away. No silly mistakes.
Matthew Dahlman will take the free kick for Pittsburgh. Here it is in the air. Here comes Bader out, and it's right to him.
Yeah.
Not a tough play by Samir. Or he made it look easy.
Yeah. Poor free kick though. He's in it, you know, when none of his players are. That's a great ball.
Here's a long pass up by Miller to Dugeri near touchline. Outside the area, looking for someone to pass to. Finally has Vion near touchline now. Back to Dugeri, and it's knocked out of bounds by Pittsburgh's Dahlman. It will be a throw-in for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, at his first touch there, really let him down a bit. But we're down the end where we want to be.
Throw-in comes to Delgado. He is pushed off the ball. It goes off of his chest, out of bounds, across the goal line. It will be a goal kick for Pittsburgh. Oklahoma City Energy FC fans, head to Buffalo Wild Wings, located on Northwest Expressway after the game to satisfy your hunger. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Buffalo Wild Wings on Northwest Expressway is a proud partner of OKC Energy FC. Buffalo Wild Wings on Northwest Expressway will be there Tuesday night for our Energy FC Coaches Show from 7 to 8. Myself, Mo, and Jimmy Nilsson will be joined by a couple of players. Goal kick was taken, won by the Energy. Miller has it to Thomas, and Thomas will just clear it up to Kyle Gregg, brings it down off of his chest, dribbles it backwards, now passes to Thomas, up to Delgado, and Delgado will turn and give it back to Thomas, and those two will play pitch and catch to each other. To Evans, to Thomas. Dangerous slide tackle by Earls through the legs of Thomas. No foul called, and we'll play on as Dewey now will bring it across the stripe. And now we'll send it back as Oklahoma City plays possession here in the final couple of minutes of the first half.
Yeah, that's all they need to do, Jack, is just keep the ball. Don't give it away. Don't do anything silly. Go in 2-0 up.
And Thomas sends it all the way back to Bader. And Bader will clear it up, and not a very good clear as the ball hangs up. Will it stay in bounds? No, it will not. And it's out of bounds for a Pittsburgh throw-in.
Yeah, Samir's hit a couple of them. A couple of balls where he's hit a little bit skew with, isn't he?
Yes, and here is a pass up the field by Robert Vincent, and it went out of bounds. It will be a goal kick, or a throw-in, excuse me, for Energy way down deep in the corner. We will have 1 minute of extra time here in the first half. Jim Byers will be with us at halftime from the Energy FC studios here at Purple Stadium with highlights. There are a couple of them at least, a couple of goals by the Energy. Thomas heads it out to Vion. Can they get a late one here as we're coming up on stoppage time? Pittsburgh with possession though. There's Winya being defended by Miller, and Miller knocks it away. Nice defense that time by Kyle Miller. And now here's Dewey up to Medronda, who will run with it across the stripe. Looking for one final chance here in the first half, and now they'll slow it up and they'll play it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sidelines has indicated there will be a minimum of 1 minute of added time in the first half. 1 minute of added time.
There's a pass to Dugeri, and he cannot control it down to the ground, and it goes out of bounds. A throw-in for Pittsburgh. They quickly get it into Angula, and Angula fouls Vion. And now the referee wants to have a few words with Jose Angulo, asking him just to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was just a little bit petulant there. He, you know, it was just enthusiasm that he was trying hard to get the ball. And, you know, he's like 200 pound and Abe's 100 pound, and it was the immovable object meeting the incredible force.
Here's the restart. Evans with the kick, and Delgado trying to win it, and it's kicked out by Montegalvin, and Delgado goes to the turf. Actually, they say it went on off of Delgado, so it'll be a Pittsburgh throw-in. Final seconds here in the first half. Energy with a 2-0 lead. And there is the final whistle here in half number one, and it is a very good half for Energy as they have taken a 2-0 lead after the first 45 minutes of play off of a Michael Thomas goal and a Dan Delgado goal. No, very good half by the Energy team.
Yeah, first couple 5 minutes, I thought that the Riverhounds started going at us. We controlled that. We didn't go crazy. We kept it calm. And then we started moving forward, and then a great corner from, or free kick from Addy, back post. And we talked about this. We were saying earlier on in the week that, you know, that we've scored 2 or 3 goals from the back post. We've got to hit a few more to the back post, and we've done exactly that. And it's nice to see when the lads have been training, and you've seen them training, and you've seen them practice that, and then they get a reward from the practice they put in. I thought that was excellent. And then the second goal was a very good goal from Dan Delgado. very, very calm. And I think that's what we've actually missed is when we get a player into the box, they snap at it and they're a little bit quick.
Yeah.
This lad just calmly went round the guy, made he was going to shoot, went round the guy again and just knocked it in the corner.
Yeah.
Very good, very impressive.
All right, we've reached halftime here at Pribble Stadium. It is Energy FC 2 and Pittsburgh 0. Jim Byers will join us on the other side of this break with our halftime show from the Energy FC studios. You are listening to Energy FC Soccer on 96.1 KXY. All right, Jim, how you doing on?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Test. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I don't have the right hookup to give you commercial audio, so
Okay.
but you can hear yourself fine, right?
Oh yeah, I'm
And
fine.
me. Okay.
Yeah, all good.
If I can turn the headphone volume down if you need it.
A little bit.
Is that any better?
A little bit more.
A little more. Test 1, 2, 1, 2.
That's
How's
good.
that?
That's
Okay.
perfect.
So we're going to focus on Taft Stadium,
Yep.
the season tickets,
Yep.
the West Side chairbacks,
Yep.
anything else that comes up.
Okay.
Ooh, score update here. Harrisburg 3. All right. All right. So
Based on performance.
all right.
Fields and futures with 90 success. One field, one coach, one student at a time. For all the City Public Schools athletics, join the Field and Futures Booster Club today. Visit www.fieldandfutures.com for details. Oklahoma Good for Kids collects, recycles, and distributes new and gently used athletic shoes and equipment to kids in need. If you have shoes to go,
Jim Byers back live here for the Kickapoo Casino halftime show at Pribble Stadium on the Bishop McGinnis Catholic High School campus. It is 2-0 Energy FC over Pittsburgh here at the half. A little bit later in the halftime show, we'll have the Energy goals for you, plus a few halftime stats. But right now, time to visit with Bob Funk Jr., owner of Prodigal and partner here in Energy FC. And Bob, thanks a lot for joining us.
Absolutely.
This season has really turned around. The Energy find themselves on a 6-game unbeaten streak coming in. If this lead holds up, can make it 7. Right now on the outskirts of the playoff picture, but never too early to look ahead to next year. And right now on the front page of EnergyFC.com, the renderings of the new renovated Taft Stadium. And I know that it's going to be great for all fans, but also season ticket holders to get over on that west side of Taft Stadium, because that's the side that is away from May Avenue. Doesn't have the historic wall on it, but it's going to be special because comfortable seating over on that side.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, it's on the west side, so the sun sets
Yeah.
over that
That too.
side quicker. But yeah, we're going to have chairback seating all along the west side. Be really nice, comfortable area to sit. We're ecstatic about the way the renderings have come together and the way the facility is going to look. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. I think it's going to be a festive atmosphere. We have the opportunity, I think, to have a nice festive atmosphere, kind of just on the south end of the field for some of the supporter groups and the things that could be going on pregame. So it's all going to be a really good kind of all-encapsulating environment for Energy FC and just the soccer event that's going to be going on. So pretty excited about it. We're taking deposits right now for season seats. So if you get first opportunity, and if you upgrade from one section to the next, you'll have first option on seat choice, and then we'll be doing partials to fulls after that, and in terms of priority. So pretty exciting. Really would encourage everyone to go out and take a look at the renderings and get excited with us.
Bob Funk Jr. joining us here from Prodigal, owner of Prodigal, and partner here in the Energy. And if you want to see those renderings, they are right now a front page item at energyfc.com. And fans can always call 235-KICK for information on how to get season tickets. And one difference looking ahead to the 2015 season is the beer situation at game.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to sell beer in Taft, which we think rounds out the overall experience. I can't think of a major sporting event or professional team that doesn't engage in some sort of beer sales, along with the environment that tends to round everything out, whether you're talking about football, baseball, basketball, whatever it is. So we're excited to be able to add that option in at Taft. Been able to get that approved and put forth. So it's going to be exciting times and just a great overall environment. Be able to add some things that we haven't been able to maybe do here in this first season, but hopefully some added amenities and just overall improvements to the environment to really make it something special.
And that's not to look past what you have going here, because good crowds have turned out all season here at McGinnis, and right now this is the middle portion of a 6-game homestand. Games coming up this Thursday and Saturday here, and still a lot of good action left to go here this season. Yeah,
absolutely. We've had great crowds, great capacity here. People really excited about the brand and excited to come out on a night-to-night basis. So we're glad to continue that moving into Taft and putting crowds in that stadium. We'll have roughly about 7,000, a little over 7,000 seats there. So I think we'll definitely be able to fill that place and create an unbelievable environment.
And finally, Bob Funk Jr. joining us. Noticed that Matt Prodigal was awarded a Journal Record Beacon Award this week.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the staff. John Allgood, Stacy Rathbun, Mindy Loomis, Jeff Kretschmer, John Beilstein, Josh Evans. The leadership there on the Barron side have done an awesome job the last 4 years of really getting into the community, doing some really special things, and they recognized us for that. I've greatly appreciated that. I was out of town, didn't get to be a part of the ceremony, but was just really proud of my staff and that brand specifically for all the efforts and my partners in Edmonton and what they do for the community. It was really, really good to see them get that award.
Well, that's great. Some good news there during the hockey off season, the middle of the soccer season. So best of luck here in keeping this thing going and keeping this team in the playoff hunt.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
No problem. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Bob Funk Jr. joining us, owner of Prodigal, partner here in Energy FC. Energy FC leads 2-0 here at halftime. It's the Kickapoo Casino halftime show. More after this here on 96.1 KXY. All right. Hey, John, we might be in a break cutting situation here mildly. Yeah, why not? Give us a little time cushion. Whatever is, expendable, if there's expendable stuff. All right. Well, let's expendable it up then. All righty. Jim Byers back live here at Pribble Stadium at Bishop McGuinness. It is 2-0 Energy FC over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds here at the half. A couple of final scores from USL Pro are in. Sacramento goes down tonight. Richmond with 2 Matthew Delicott goals beats Sacramento in Richmond, Virginia by a 2-1 final score. And Harrisburg takes it to the Dayton Dutch Lions by a 3-1 score. Just a reminder, Energy FC is back home to take on the Arizona United Club this coming Thursday here at 7 o'clock, and then a week from tonight against LA Galaxy 2. And then those 2 clubs that we just referred to, Harrisburg and Dayton, will be on the road. Road games for the Energy on July 23rd and 26th as they hit those 2 spots coming up on the next trip. 2-0, Orlando City leads Wilmington in the second half. We have no score, Charlotte at Charleston, Arizona United and Orange County coming up a little bit later. Some first half statistics coming up, but first let's play the goals for you as Energy FC was able to jump out early in this one. A play that looked like a corner kick, but in actuality it was just a free kick after a foul right near the goal line and in the corner in the end zone to our right. And Ada Jaziri was able to set up this very nice delivery deep in the box to Michael Thomas.
We are in the 5th minute here in Oklahoma City. Jaziri approaches, and here's the kick. It is in the air, floats up, hit it in, and goal!
Michael Thomas with the goal. That gave Energy FC a 1-0 lead. And then in the 19th minute, Dan Delgado in just his second game with the team showed his flashiness again.
On the throw-in, Evans sent it deep, and it's won by Pittsburgh, who now is playing against Jujeri, who steals it. He's in the box. Will slow up, looking for a pass into the middle to Delgado. He fakes the keeper out, shoots, and scores!
So Delgado with some brilliant moves there. Puts it home. Ada Jaziri assisting on both goals. 2-0 Energy at the half. Pittsburgh made 2 saves for their goaltender Mike Lish in that first half. Samir Bader in goal for Energy FC, not credited with any saves. There were 5 overall shots directed toward the net by the Energy, 2 for the Riverhounds. Each team had 1 corner kick. So Energy FC leads it by a 2-0 score here at the half. Jack Dammerl and Mo Borum will be back with the second half of play here at Pribble Stadium. After this, you're listening to Energy FC on 96.1 KXY.
All right, John, you could probably make the next break 3.5.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We can do 3. Hey, Jim, can you play those goals for me? I want to hear them. And here's the kick. It is in the air, floats up, hit it! We are in the 5th minute here in Oklahoma City. Jujeri approaches, and here's the kick. It is in the air, floats up, hit it in, and goal! On the throw-in, Evans sent it deep, and it's won by Pittsburgh, who now is playing against Jujeri, who steals it. He's in the box, will slow up, looking for a pass into the middle to Delgado. He fakes the keeper out, shoots, and scores! Oh, goodness gracious. I'm not going to have those nachos again.
You say that every week. I think actually, Jack, if you took a breath in between them, it might help.
Yeah, I know. You're probably right. What do we got, about a minute, John? Okay. Welcome back, everyone, live at Pribble Stadium on the campus of Bishop McGinnis High School. Jack Dammer with Mo Borm as we await the second half here in Oklahoma City. Energy with a 2-0 lead, and Oklahoma City yet to come out of the locker room, and they should be on their way out, Mo. There are some timetables that teams unfortunately have to go by, and this is one of them, and they're getting all they can in the air conditioned before they come back out for the second half.
Well, I think, to be honest, Jack, it's a little bit psychological because last week they did exactly the same. The week before last, they came out a little bit late, makes the other lads out there get a little bit anxious. I know when I used to play and the other team didn't come out, I was fuming.
Yeah.
You know, because I'd come out and I'm ready to go, and I'm thinking, where are they? And I'm now having an argument with the ref. Go and get them. Go and tell them to come out.
Sure.
You know, and it is a psychological battle, and especially at pro level, I'm sure they do it on purpose.
So most of their players now making their way out. Again, just so people know, we will be back on the air Thursday night for the next home game as Arizona Republic comes to town for a 7 o'clock game, a rare Thursday night game, Mo, here at home. And then back home on Saturday against the Los Angeles Galaxy 2. And so some good teams. Well, Arizona bringing up the bottom of the USL standings right now, but still these two clubs have played twice. Arizona and Energy with some good results, 1-1 so far.
Yeah. And if you remember right, when they came here, they beat us 1-0.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
yeah. So they, I mean, as I said, you look at the teams and you see Arizona at the bottom. Yeah, they beat us 1-0. They've beaten other sides decently. It's just, it's luck of the draw and luck of how the game goes that day. But any side can turn any side over.
And then following next Saturday's game, then the next game will be on the road at Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, on Wednesday, July 23rd, followed by a Saturday night contest against the Dayton Dutch Lions in Dayton, Ohio. Ever been to Dayton, Ohio?
I never have, no.
Me neither. Here we go with the second half kickoff. Pittsburgh with the kickoff, and it is driven in and driven out by Peebo Due of the Energy, and so it will be a quick throw-in for Pittsburgh here to start the second half of play here in Oklahoma City. Glad to have you along on 96.1 KXY, also streaming live on YouTube for those watching us on YouTube. We appreciate your support of Energy FC Soccer. Here's Kyle Gregg on the ball, and he is double-teamed, and Peebo Due will just clear it out. It will be a throw-in, and now you kind of see Pittsburgh a little more aggressive, Mo, to start the second half here, trying to create some quick early strikes against Energy, possibly catching them coming out of the locker room not as aggressive as they were in the first half.
Yeah, this is what, but in all fairness, this is what they did in the first half. They started off the first 5 minutes like a house on fire, and then we got hold of the game, started to keep the ball, and then started making them run, and then they started to wear down. So I'm hoping that it's going to take the same pattern. But we've certainly got to be on our edge for the first 15 minutes. We mustn't let anything in for 15 minutes because they'll think they're back in the game.
Pittsburgh sending the long pass up to the edge of the box. Samir comes out, and right there is Angulo, and his touch just wide of the post as Samir Bader came out. And boy, that was a huge mistake on Samir's part. Fortunately, though, Angulo could not find the back of the net. It will be a goal kick for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, that was a very poor miss from the Riverhounds. I mean, they really should have got a goal there. Guy, mind you, the guy had to make 15 yards to get the cross in and to get onto the cross, and just sliced it past the post.
Bader's kick long down the field, 3/4 of the field, cleared out by the Riverhounds. On the near touchline is Matthew Dahlman, and he is tripped up from behind by Dan Delgado. It will be a foul for Pittsburgh just in front of their bench, as their coach, Nikola Katish, a former player, now the interim head coach, stands and watches. Here's a slide tackle by Pittsburgh, won by the Energy. They're going to play on. A foul did occur, but the referee will play on. Kyle Miller looking up to Vion, and Pittsburgh takes it away.
Yeah, could have possibly gone wide there instead of going down the middle, and you know, it looked like they should have gone wide. I think it was Adi Delgado was calling for it but didn't get it, and now we're on the defensive.
Evans kicked it out for the Energy. It was a throw-in for Pittsburgh. They have it just outside the box. Winya has it, being guarded by Michael Thomas, and now it's knocked out by Dugeri, or make that, who is that? Yeah, that's Otta.
Yeah, I thought we were a bit fortunate there. I thought he gave him pushed in the back and would give a free kick to him, but they did, and he just gave a throw on. So we have had a little bit of a let off there.
Flunder will take the throw in. It comes into Angulo just on the goal line, and it's knocked out. They say it's going to go off of Evans. It'll be a corner kick for Pittsburgh.
Well, they're certainly coming at us in the second half, and you know, we've got to be a little bit careful for the first 10 minutes. We really mustn't give anything silly away. We don't want to lose a 2-goal lead.
Dahlman will take the free kick. Here it is up in the air, and it's headed in, and a diving save by Samir Bader.
That was a very good header, though. Very good header. And Samir did very well to get back across the goal, because he'd already come across this side to try and get it, missed it, went back the other way. He had to change direction. It was a good save. Did he give a free kick there then? Did someone?
Did he give a free kick?
Well, he obviously has, because he caught it, and I thought it would have come out of his hands. He's put it down for a free kick.
Well, there was a foul then that we did not see.
Yeah.
I did not hear the whistle either.
No, I didn't.
I was wondering why Samir was putting it down as if it were a goal kick.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh back with possession of the ball, and it's headed up and out of bounds off of Dahlman. It'll be a throw-in for Energy at midfield. Dewey will take the throw-in up to Greg over his head and played back by Monta Galvin. And back to Michael Lish, the keeper, who's had a busy night. Despite giving up 2 goals, he's had some pretty good saves also tonight, a couple of saves. Bader did not have a save in the first half, and I guess that will not be credited as a save either, since the foul occurred before the shot. It was a save, okay?
Yeah, I thought he'd done a great save. I couldn't understand. I didn't see any foul. I was very surprised when he put it down and took a free kick, and now we've lost it on the edge of the box.
Winya has it. Here's a shot by Vincent from distance, and off of the side of his foot, it will roll out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Energy down by the corner flag.
I think you're being embarrassing there, Jack, calling it a shot. It was it sliced off his foot from the middle of the park. He's gone out for a throw-on.
Dewey with a throw-in, headed up by Vincent, and won back by Kerr, and now Delgado has it. Dewey will just clear it out, and that's out of bounds for another throw-in. The intensity by the Energy not there really to start the second half. We're 5-6 minutes in.
Yeah, sorry, Jack. We started off very slow, and they're taking advantage of us. We've really got to get back into the beat of what we were playing in the last 15 minutes of the first half.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to say that. You come in off, you know, after you've been inside and it's been nice and cool, and then suddenly you're out in the heat again. But you've got to do that.
Here is Dahlman. Here is a shot by Pittsburgh, and just wide of the post, as Samir Bader had to come out making a diving stop, but it's just over his hands, and so it will be a goal kick for Oklahoma City as they dodge another bullet here in the 6th minute of the second half. Journey House is a proud partner of OKC Energy FC. Call 405-463-5800 for all your travel needs. Jack Damrell, Mo Bourne from Pribble Stadium. 52nd minute, 2-0, Energy with the lead, looking to keep their unbeaten streak and extend it to 7 games. Dahlman with a pass across the field, no one there as Miller gives chase for the Energy and will touch it before it goes out of bounds, sends it back to Bader, and Bader will just clear it out of bounds.
Yeah, Samir's his handling's been great. Some of his kicking has been not so good.
Looks like Nate Shipman getting ready to check into the game for the Energy. It will be the first sub of the game for either squad.
Yeah, my guess is that he'll probably take Abe off. That would be my thoughts. You know, I think Abe's found it a little bit strange playing in the position that he asked him to play in. when he normally plays in the role behind the front player. He's now playing as a holding central midfield player. I think he's found that a little bit difficult.
Long pass up. It travels out of bounds. A throw in for Pittsburgh, deep in their own defensive third.
And actually, it's nice to see Nate back because he's been out for 2 or 3 weeks and hasn't been given a look in. And you know, I consider him to be a very good player.
Yeah. Headed around a couple of times. Delgado with it, loses it. Pittsburgh tried to clear it. Douay heads it back in. Vion gets pushed in the back, and a foul is called as Robert Vincent used both hands to shove Vion to the ground. So it'll be a free kick for the Energy. 35, 40 yards out, but it's on the near side of the field, so we'll add some distance to that to the goal. Dugeri will take it with the left foot. And here it is. Ball is in the air. Flicked on by Michael Thomas from behind. And knocked down by Pittsburgh as Lish comes out. That might have been one heck of a goal had Thomas got that in there, because he kind of used the back of his heel.
Very adaptable, Michael. Yeah, no, it was an excellent effort, but I'd have been surprised if it had gone in.
Michael Green on the ball for Pittsburgh. To Dahlman, now to Angulo. In the middle of the field being chased by Thomas. And Kyle Miller steps in front to take it away. Nice defense that time. But now his pass is stolen. Douay, and a whistle and a foul. A dangerous play is called against Dahlman as he went in and cleats up against Douay. And here is the sub for Oklahoma City. Nate Shipman checking in.
He's taking out the new lad.
And he will be replacing Jimmy Madronda. And a nice hand for Madronda, as he made a very successful Oklahoma City debut, Mo.
Yeah, what they've done is they've taken off Madronda, and Abe now has been pushed up into his normal role. So they put Nate in holding with Michael.
So Nate making his 11th appearance of the season. Thomas's touch to restart play goes out of bounds. It'll be a Pittsburgh throw-in as we play in the 56th minute. 2-0, Energy with the lead. Ball is loose, finally picked up by the Energy. Thomas at midfield, slows it up, changes directions a couple times, gives it over to Shipman. Shipman up to Vion, and the pass is not that hard, and Pittsburgh stepped in front of Vion to take it away. Here is Matthew Dahlman, who's been a busy man, along with Kevin Kerr here on the near side, right in front of the bench. Play is sent back to Anthony Arena. Pittsburgh now with it, just outside the circle in their defensive half. Slowing play up quite a bit, and now here is Winya. He is triple teamed, and the Energy take it away, but Pittsburgh wins it right back. Kevin Kerr with the ball at mid-stripe. Long pass over to Dahlman, near touchline to Angulo. Angulo working against Dugeri, and Pittsburgh has a player down. That is Dahlman. He may have run into Peebo. Here's the pass into the box, and the ball is cleared out by Miller, and Dahlman finally gets up. Not sure what happened, Mo. Did you see what happened?
No, I didn't, but I mean, he was laying down there, and I thought he's really been smacked. And now he's back up walking around. So I'm just amazed at why do players do that? Why don't they just get up and get on with the game? You know, they get their own professional player into trouble by laying around and rolling around, and it annoys me no end. And now he's questioning why wasn't he given a free kick? Well, obviously because he didn't see it.
Yeah. Here's a pass to Dahlman off of his shoulder and cleared out by Douay. All the way back to Lish. Ball comes to mid-stripe. Shipman defends. Up to Kevin Kerr now for Pittsburgh. They are on the attack now. Near side to Dahlman along the touchline, and his cross is way out of bounds, sails over the crossbar. It'll be a goal kick for the Energy. Big game tomorrow, Mo, with the finals of the World Cup, Argentina and Germany. Who's
yes,
your
indeed.
pick to win?
My pick to win is Germany.
My pick as well. I had them beating the Dutch, although the Dutch did not make it, but on our bracket,
yep,
Germany, I had them winning it all the way.
Well, I thought Germany would get to the semis and then go out. I thought they'd go out to Brazil.
No, they went out to Brazil.
No, that's what
they
I
showed them
thought.
how to play soccer, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and showed us know-alls that we didn't know anything.
Exactly. And a whistle and a late foul occurred back in the Pittsburgh defensive third. Not sure what happened. I guess they are going to say Kyle Gregg fouled one of their players, and so.
See, I don't see, Jack, what advantage that is to the Riverhounds. They're up in hour and a half, and he's called them back to almost the penalty area.
I'm not sure. I didn't see really what happened back there.
No, nor did
so
I. I mean, the ball travelled. We both watched it, and something obviously went off.
Yeah.
Off the ball. But I
guess he said there was no advantage.
Well, they had the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Here's a couple players that go into each other on a slide tackle. Michael Thomas defends Dahlman, and finally taken away by Vion to Thomas. Thomas near touchline to Dugeri, and it's out of bounds. Not a good touch that time by Thomas. A rare time you'll see that.
Yeah, very rare.
The captain for the Energy. 59th minute. Here's a foul in the middle of the field as Howard fouled Michael Green. So far, the defense has been steady tonight.
We've given a couple of silly little. Gareth made one silly mistake, and Mark's done the same. But other than that, they've been fairly solid. But they haven't really been put under that much pressure. So I'm just hoping that they can just keep this for another 10 minutes or so, and then they'll start getting a little bit desperate, and we can start pushing forward again, because we certainly haven't had a good 15 minutes of the second half.
No. Here is Daniel Earls on the free kick, floats it into the box, headed up by Howard. Here's a shot by Pittsburgh, and it's wide left. It'll be a goal kick for the Energy. For lunch or dinner, the best eats and drinks in town can only be found at one place, Medio Tiempo Sports Cantina and Grill. Stop in for $1.99 street tacos every day, authentic Mexican dishes, gourmet burgers, and more. Watch all of the games on their 20 flat-screen TVs and enjoy friendly, fast service and the coldest drinks in the metro at Medio Tiempo. Medio Tiempo has a little something for everyone, and the authentic street tacos are a slam dunk on any day of the week. Medio Tiempo Sports Cantina and Grill, 2035 South Meridian. And a foul off of the goal kick against Pittsburgh. Kyle Gregg was fouled for the Energy, so the Energy will have a free kick in the middle of the field from about 45 yards out.
It does take some stick, Carl, especially when, because he shields it so well that the centre backs tend to go through him.
He's always being hit from behind.
Yeah, he's always being hit from behind, which is, and he just keeps going. I mean, he don't moan, he just gets up and plays. And
so here's the free kick again in the middle of the field. Dugeri will take it to the back post. It is in the air, still in the air, finally kicked out by Pittsburgh to the near touchline. Energy intercepted. Here's a pass into Dugeri. And Pittsburgh's able to clear it out. Dahlman on the clear. Up to Angulo, who chests it down. But the Energy right there. Evans tries to take it away, and finally brought out by Daniel Earls up the far side to Joseph Winya. Winya brings it across mid-stripe. To the far side to Earls now. Along the touchline, he will slow it up to Winya. He brings it back to the middle of the field in the circle. And they'll bring it over to Anthony Arena. Arena up to Michael Green, just edge of the box, and Evans clears it for the Energy out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, good defending there by Gareth. He didn't let him turn. He was the last defender. If he'd have let him get past him, he'd have been on for a shot on goal. So he did. That was good. Although we did play out for a throw-in to them, but to no avail.
Ball is loose just outside the box, far side. Energy with the clear. Up to Dugeri. His pass is stolen. Here's Earls with it. Little flick into the box, and here comes Bader out. Dangerous play. Pittsburgh still with it. And Angulo off the left foot, down the goal line, through Bader's hands. Shot by Pittsburgh, knocked down by the Energy.
Yeah, we're having a nervous 10 minutes here.
Pittsburgh back on the attack again. Sorry, Mo. Here is Winya in the box. Bader comes out, slides, and makes it slave along the goal line on the near side.
Yeah, we just had a bad 10 minutes. We really need to get it settled down now and keep the ball, and then start making them run again, because at the moment we're all over the place as far as trying to concentrate.
Bader's kick almost the length of the field, headed out by Pittsburgh. Earls with a pass to the near side to Dahlman. He's been a busy man this half and the first half. Been knocked around a couple times. Evans with a header. Thomas brings it down to Due. One touches up to Delgado. He has it intercepted by Dahlman. Now to Winya, and he is double defended, I guess, is the easy way to put it. Is that a term, double defended?
Double defended, yeah, I think so. Well, they had two defenders.
Sorry.
They doubled up on them.
Sometimes I can't think of my right term, Mo. I would be laughed at. I'm already being laughed at by people behind us.
Doubled up is what they call it.
Yeah, I know.
Doubling up.
I know. Double teamed. Double defended, though. That's my new term. I like that, actually.
I like it.
Yeah, okay. So I can use it?
You can use whatever you like, Jake.
On the restart, Energy with it. Vion giving chase. Here is Arena to Winya. Finally won by Michael Thomas to Shipman.
Now
Over
we've
to Miller.
got to keep it. Keep the ball. Don't give it away.
We're going to have a couple of subs for the Energy. Dugeri with a long pass across the field to Vion. Can he catch up to it before it goes out? Yes. Outside the box. Brings it down on the right foot. Looking for a pass. Has Delgado. Delgado looking for a pass. And he is tripped up and a foul is called. Anthony Arena with the foul. Pittsburgh does not like the call, but it was a good one as Delgado tried to split the two, and Arena's knee tripped him up. It'll be a free kick for the Energy just to the edge of the box on the left side of the field here in the 65th minute. David Lichty and Paul Wyatt getting ready to check into the game.
So my guess is that he's going to take off Danny Delgado and Ada. That would be my guess. What's yours?
I would have to say the same thing, yes. Yeah. Definitely Delgado. He looks kind of tired, coming off of the broken foot.
Yep.
Here is Dugeri's cross, and it's over everyone's head. It will be a throw-in for Pittsburgh. And here is the sub. They're not going to get it in. Oh, actually, he called the foul on the Energy, and now they will make the sub as Lichty and Wyatt come into the game. And so Dugeri comes out, and so does Dan Delgado. And Delgado, an excellent job today. So with Dugeri, who has another assist. Assisted on the first goal to Michael Thomas. And the crowd responds to the performances by those two, who will get a well-deserved break after the 60th minute.
And this is the nice thing when you've got a squad like we've got, is that you can take two players off with not too much fear that it's going to weaken the side, you know, and as well as Delgado and Ada done, I thought Ada had a very good first half. You know, you've got Paul and Davey coming on, and they're both decent players.
And Paul White actually made a nice defensive play on his first touch in. Ball is kind of floated up. Abraham Vion with it, trying to split two defenders. Has a little nasty foot move, and a whistle and a foul is called. It's going to be called on Robert Vincent, and the yellow card has come out against Vincent. The referee has seen enough fouls in that area. First yellow card of the game comes in the 67th minute by Robert Vincent, his third yellow card of the season.
I don't even understand why he was complaining. I mean, he's come right across with his thigh and just upended DeLeon. And I can't even see. I think he's lucky to get away with a yellow.
Free kick for the Energy. Michael Thomas now will take the free kick with Dugeri out of the game. And the referee goes into the box to try to calm the players down. It looks like he wants to talk to Mark Howard, and he wants to talk to Sterling Flunder.
Yeah, they're probably both pushing and shoving each other.
So here is Thomas in the free kick. It is in the air, driven in, bounces once, and bounces past the keeper out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Riverhounds.
I'm always amazed, you know, Jack, at how much physical contact goes on when there's free kicks and corners, and it goes on all the time. Players are not even looking at the ball, they're just pushing them.
Yeah.
And it's both sides.
And it's prevalent at all levels of the game.
At every level.
At every level.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a referee, Mo, I'm amazed as well. No doubt about it. It's part of the game, though, and you try to play through it. And if there's a foul, then you call it. If there's not, and it doesn't affect the play, we're going to play on as far as a referee I'm concerned. And on majority of the time, you're going to play through that stuff.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
no foul that's going to be called because it's by both teams, and you have 20 players doing it. And Michael Thomas took a whack at Michael Green, and he knew it, and went over to tell Green, sorry about that, didn't mean to. A foul and a restart. Pittsburgh quickly gets it back into the play. Vincent with it. He has it taken away by Shipman, Thomas, and Thomas will slow things down and sends it back to Bader as keeper. Long kick up by Bader, looking for David Lichty. Lichty lets it go out of bounds as it caromed off of Flunder. It'll be a throw in for the Energy. Comes into Vion. Vion has it taken away, and a nice tackle by Pittsburgh.
Yeah, not a good ball there from Carl. Carl put Abe in trouble there.
Dahlman with it for the Riverhounds, near touchline. Now he dribbles to the middle of the field, and the ball comes all the way back to Vincent. Now goes to the far side to Flunder. Back to Vincent. Bottom of the circle. His pass to Earls. Earls in the box, and no one there, and Bader right there as he brings it down to his feet, and will wait until a jersey in yellow comes up to make a play on it before he picks it up, and now we're back playing again. Thomas will switch directions all the way across the field to Miller. Miller along the touchline, looking for Lichty. Now for Gregg. And Arena right there for Pittsburgh. Thomas steps in, though, and takes it away. Energy have the numbers if they want to go, and they will. Here's a pass out to Lichty, just outside the box, right side of the field. Here's a cross into the top of the 6, and it's cleared out of bounds across the goal line for Pittsburgh. It will be a corner kick for Oklahoma City.
Good defending from the Pittsburgh lad there, because Carl was right behind him, and it was a decent ball from David. So if hadn't cleared it, it would have gone straight into Carl.
No doubt. Jason Johnson for the Riverhounds will come in to the game for Pittsburgh. Not sure who yet, though. They're changing who he's going to come in for. Abraham Vion will take the corner for Oklahoma City. This is their second corner kick of the game. Here is the kick in the air, headed out by Pittsburgh. Winya has it, and a foul, and a yellow card is going to be issued against Michael Thomas on a tactical foul as he grabbed the waist of Winya, who had plenty of room in front of him for the advantage. And so Michael Thomas receives his third yellow card of the season. And now the substitution will be coming on for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds as Jason Johnson comes into the game. And he replaces Robert Vincent, the man who received the yellow card. Jason Johnson, another player on loan from the Houston Dynamo.
It's probably a sensible move.
Yeah,
probably a sensible move there, because he's got a yellow card. If he gets another one, they're down to 10 men. So, you know, he's brought on a fresh legs, and he hasn't got a yellow card.
20 minutes to go here in Oklahoma City. 2-0, the Energy with the lead. Pittsburgh pressing, though, here in the half, quite a bit more than they did in the first half. Thomas knocks it away and got a knock on his knee at the same time and is down on the ground. And now a whistle, and they will stop play to check on Michael Thomas, who went in on the tackle, and looks like he actually got hit in the midsection. Instead of a knock on the knee, got hit in the midsection, so he's just trying to catch his breath, and everyone else will come over and catch their breath with the water break. Here's your unofficial water break, Mo.
Is he calling the physio on? I mean,
no, he did not call. He did not call.
I mean,
the
she's
trainer
standing
on.
there.
Yeah.
Christie's standing there, and he's standing by the side of him. Either Michael said, "No, hang on."
I think he did. Yeah. So Pittsburgh, most of their players coming over to get a water break. So Thomas is now up, and he can stay on the field because the trainer did not come out. It will be a drop ball because play was stopped during the run of play. And Abraham saying, I'll just kick it back to your keeper, and now we're underway here in the 73rd minute. Goes all the way back to Lish, who quickly gets it out to Arena, and Arena will bring it up the near side. Long pass up now, looking for Green in the box. A nice pass back to Angulo, and he has it taken away. Shipman to Lichty, up to Kyle Gregg, and Gregg trying to pass to Paul Wyatt, and it's knocked away by the Riverhounds. They will bring it across mid-stripe. Winya giving chase, and he can't catch up to it, and it's out of bounds. It'll be an energy throw-in. Jimmy Nielsen still with a couple of subs, Mo, if he would like to use them. He still has Stephen Perry, Cyprian Hedrick, and Javier Castro on the bench.
Yeah, I don't think he'll change the defending, to be fair. I think he could put on another attacking formation, but at the moment they've got to get their pattern. And, you know, like last week where it worked, where he put 2 or 3 midfield players on and they sort of like almost changed the game.
Yeah.
I think putting 2 players on this time has sort of really deadened us a little bit. You know, that we're not as lively as we were in the last 20 minutes of the first half.
Pittsburgh with it, just outside the box. Now in the box, there's Angulo. Being defended by Kyle Miller. Nice move along the goal line, and he sends it across and cleared out of bounds by Mark Howard. It'll be another corner kick for Pittsburgh as they come ever so closer, Mo. What you keep saying is the Energy need to step it up defensively, giving up way too many corners.
Yeah, they look a yard sharper than we are. You know, they're a yard quicker. They're getting to the ball quicker. In the first half, they weren't. We were competing with them all the way, but at the moment, we've come out as though we're asleep.
Here is the corner kick. It was headed out by the Energy. Kevin Kerr with a shot across the box, and Winya makes an attempt, and is way out of bounds for a throw-in.
That's the second shot they've taken, and we've had a throw on. Unreal.
It'll be a throw-in for the Energy deep in their own area. Dewey with a throw-in, headed up by Pittsburgh. Earls with it. Knocked away by the Energy, and they have the numbers. 3-on-2. Far side to David Lichty. Paul Wyatt giving chase as well. Vion there, and the numbers get back for Pittsburgh. Shipman on possession now for the Energy. Far side to Miller. Down the line to Paul Wyatt. Wyatt along the goal line, looking for Lichty. Here's a cross into Gregg, and Gregg tries to make an attempt. And a nice defense that time by Pittsburgh. But stolen right back by Paul Wyatt, who attempts a shot, knocked down by Pittsburgh, and finally cleared by the Riverhounds. Dahlman all the way up to midfield, headed back in by Evans to Miller, up to Lichty. Lichty. And his knock into the box, and it's taken by the keeper Lish as he comes out and makes a diving save and almost hits his own player as he comes out with it. 76th minute. Energy still with a 2-0 lead. Pittsburgh with possession. Looking in the box. And is cleared by Evans all the way across the mid-stripe. But knocked back in by Flunder to Earls. Over to Flunder, who makes a nice move around Lichty. And now here comes Kevin Kerr across midfield to Winya. Winya being defended by Nate Shipman, and a foul occurs as Shipman tried to go through Winya. Quick restart. Pass to the near side, knocked out of bounds by Dewey. Ball comes into play. Howard clears it. Kyle Gregg, who a dangerous play at midfield as Gregg's boot was up into the face of Flunder, but actually a foul occurred first, way back defensively.
Guy jumped into Mark Howard as he struck it and caught him across the top of the ankle, which is not going to do him any favours because he's been nursing his ankle all week.
Yeah.
But Howard hit it and he jumped and landed on top of it.
So the Energy escape a foul there at midfield on a dangerous play by Kyle Gregg off of the first foul. And so here's Bader. He puts back into play, floats the ball up to the top of the box, flicked on by Kyle Gregg, and Paul Wyatt could not catch up to it. It goes across the goal line, and it will be a goal kick for the Riverhounds here with about 12 minutes to play. Last 4 home games, Mo, the Energy have not given up a goal. I'm going to knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
They've been able to hold it tight here so far tonight. Pittsburgh very aggressive here in the second half. The goal kick is headed back in by Wyatt to Vion. Over to Kyle Gregg. Gregg, edge of the box. Looking for a pass. Gives it up to Vion just behind him. Over to Wyatt now. Wyatt's pass is knocked down by Arena. And finally cleared out all the way over to Winya on the far side of the field. Far touchline. They'll bring it across the stripe to Jason Johnson. Over to Winya. And he cannot keep it in bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Energy. And here comes another sub for Oklahoma City as Stephen Perry gets ready to check into the game. What's your thought here, Mo, on who Perry replaces? Kyle Gregg?
Yeah, I think that Kyle's worked really, really hard. I really do. But he might put Abe in. He might take Abe out as a precaution and play Stephen in the middle.
Actually, Gregg is coming off.
Yeah, he's taken a lot of stick and done very well. And they can move either Paul or Stephen up front. So, yeah.
So Stephen Perry, one of only a few players to play in every single game so far this season for the Energy. Perry, Michael Thomas, and Gareth Evans, along with Kyle Miller, the only 4 players playing all now 16 games for the Energy.
That have played a part in each game.
In each game. Not saying they started in every game, but to play a part in each game. As if you remember in Carolina, now a sub for Pittsburgh as Seth Sedabaka comes in. And he replaces Anthony Arena. Here is Angula on the ball for Pittsburgh, and he has it taken away, and Michael Thomas keeps it in before it goes out of bounds. Nice play. Here's Paul Wyatt up to Stephen Perry. First touch on the ball. Let's see what he does with it. Near touchline, and he will play it back to Thomas. He one-touches it up to Vion, and it is over his head, and Felix Montegalvin plays it. Long pass out. Howard heads it back in. Up to White. Flicks it on to Perry again. Perry with a header brings it down to Paul Wyatt. Nice play. And Wyatt's pass too hard. He was looking for Vion, but Vion was only a couple steps in front of him, and he acted as if he was about 20 yards in front of him.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get it over to David, and it just turned out he got caught between the two. Playing it to Abe and playing it to David, and got, mixed up with the two of them and done to neither.
Long pass down by Pittsburgh to the edge of the box to Jason Johnson. Johnson brings it back to Green. Now it comes back to Earls.
And in all fairness, the Riverhounds are throwing people forward. I mean, they've got 4 or 5 players on the edge of the box. They really are going at Energy.
Here's Kevin Kerr, now Earls. Far side it goes again to Johnson, or make that to Flunder. Breaks away from a hold to Winya, back to Flunder, top of the box, and he was looking for Dahlman on the right side, and Dahlman has nowhere to go, and it will be a goal kick for the Energy here in the 82nd minute.
Fortunately, the Riverhounds are doing very, very well until they get to the final ball, and then they're giving the ball away, fortunately. And it's that final ball that's letting them down, but they've had the better of the second half.
Ball back in action, Paul Wyatt. Ball comes into the box, and Lish has to clear it for Pittsburgh. And now the Riverhounds back on the attack. Dahlman with it, will slow it up with it, just beyond midfield, looking for a pass down the touchline. Mark Howard there, he plays it back to Bader. Giving chase is Michael Green, and Bader has to one-touch it out of there. Winya brings it down to Sedabaka. Sedabaka over to Winya. Winya to Earls. back to Winya. Pittsburgh still with it to the edge of the box. In the box. Here's a shot taken. And it is off of an energy leg. It will go out of bounds. It will be a corner kick for Pittsburgh.
They really have had the best of the second half. I mean, we're fortunate really not to have let a goal in. Or are we fortunate? Have we defended well enough to not allow them? I mean, fortunately their finishing is poor, but their approach work and work rate has been tremendous.
Here's the corner kick for the Riverhounds, and a whistle and a scrum going inside the 6-yard, and the referee is going to have to separate everyone. And again, it's Mark Howard and Sterling
Well, them two both at each end.
Referee separated them again, and now they're back at it. Actually, I said Mark Howard. This is Stephen Perry this time. Here is the cross, and it's out of bounds again off of Perry. It'll be another corner kick for Pittsburgh. 2-0, the Energy with the lead. Here's the cross in the air, headed out by Evans. Dahlman gets it back in, floats up in the air, and a header is in, but Bader has it. He will quickly get it downfield, looking for Stephen Perry, and a nice defensive play by the last man back for Pittsburgh to save a possible.
He was the only player back.
Yeah, the only player back to save
really
a possible
well.
attempt by Stephen Perry.
Done really well.
Bader saw Perry taken off. Smart play by Samir.
Yeah, and it was a great ball. The lad he was almost like almost doing a kangaroo kick.
Here's a throw in as the ball had gone out of bounds. Flicked on by Perry, and Pittsburgh comes down with it. Near side of the field to Winya. Nate Shippen right there. There's a battle for the ball. Winya comes away with it. Passes up to Johnson. Johnson with a bad touch, and the ball goes out. Johnson runs into the bench. Grabbed by Otto Dugeri and Dan Delgado. It'll be a throw in for the Energy here in the 85th minute. Dewey will take the throw in. Perry flicks it on to Vion. Vion is double teamed, gets it up to Perry. Has it taken away from behind, but right there is Thomas. Thomas's pass cleared out by Pittsburgh. Ball's headed up a couple times by both teams, and the ball is out. And it will be a throw-in for Oklahoma City at midfield. Actually, now what are they going to do? They're going to change it, and a whistle is going to be called, and a foul occurred against the Energy. So instead of a throw-in, they call it a foul on Oklahoma City. Not sure who the foul was committed on. So here's Dahlman on the restart. Looking to the edge of the box. Dewey, nice defense on Johnson. Johnson tried to split 3 players and couldn't do it. Vion now with it and comes up to Shipman, and it hits off the back of his heel, but still able to correct himself and gets it over to Kyle Miller. Miller long pass over to Paul Wyatt. Wyatt giving chase outside the box, will catch up to it and gets away from one man. He's inside the box, crosses off with a foot, and right there along the goal line, Michael Lish makes the save.
Did very well there, Paul. Came inside. Guy went down to the ground and then tried to get the cross in. A little bit unlucky, but...
Ball comes up. Dewey falls down on the dirt, on the turf, giving chase to Green. Green with it just outside the box. Dewey catches up, passes it back. Here's a shot taken, knocked down by Shipman, and finally cleared by the Energy. Up to Earls. Earls now with it. Pass into the box. It bounces once off of Dewey, and he will clear it out of bounds for a throw-in, and we're going to have another substitution. Miro Cabrillo will check in, just added to the roster for Pittsburgh, and the ball is out. Kevin Kerr wanted a foul, but will not get it. It'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma City. 88th minute. Jim Byers will have our man of the match on the field after the game, along with Jimmy Nilsson. And our man of the match, Otto Dugeri. Mo, you okay with that?
Yeah, that seems
played very well, had the assist.
Yep.
You could give it to several players, right?
I thought that the first half there was a number of players that played very well. I don't think you could give it to anyone in the second half. I don't think we've done very well at all. In saying that, we've defended with enough to stop them scoring.
Yeah.
So that's all you need to do. If you're 2 up, I mean, you know, the lads are still running. That's the thing. You know, I'm never unhappy if we're not playing particularly well, but we don't stop working. And you can never substitute that. And these guys have got hearts the size of a lion.
Yeah. Pittsburgh on the attack at midfield, far side. Earls brings it to the stripe, and now we'll retreat a little bit. Over to Kerr. Now he gets it back. Kerr does. Comes to the middle of the field to Winya, to the bottom of the circle. Winya against Michael Thomas. Over to the near side to Sedabaka. Sedabaka sends one across, and that is going to be out of bounds as it will sail over the goal and back in, but it will be a goal kick for the Energy here in the 89th minute. We'll probably have about 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time, I would believe, with some injuries and some substitutions as Miro Cobrio checks into the game, and he is going to replace Jose Angelo. Gutty performance by him tonight.
Well,
Just
yeah,
had
I
no
thought,
help up top.
Yeah,
like
he's
you
had
said.
no help. He's worked very, very hard. I thought he'd be off a little bit earlier than this, but he's done well to last the virtually 90 minutes. You know, he's worked like a Trojan back there.
Here's a goal kick. Stephen Perry runs into the back of Dahlman, and it will be a foul. And you hear the referee in the background yelling at Paul Wyatt as Wyatt tried to step in front of the ball. Referee did not like that, and Paul's lucky he didn't get a yellow card, to tell you the truth. This late in the game, Mo, that's should be an automatic yellow card.
But I can totally understand that the guy had taken it 4 or 5 yards forward, and all Paul was saying is he kicked it back, and the referee went berserk because he kicked it back. And then of course, Paul's in with, oh, you're never going to win. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, just walk away.
Cross came in by Pittsburgh, bounced around a couple times, and Samir Bader came out to haul it in as we are in the final seconds here.
What's the signal?
It's going to be 4 minutes of stoppage time. And that's about right, considering the injuries and some of the stoppage in play we had. Stephen Perry with it. Far side to David Lichty. Lichty working one-on-one against Daniel Earl. Sends it back to Miller. Up to Shipman. To Stephen Perry, edge of the box. Back to Shipman. Over to Lichty. Lichty to Wyatt. One touch down to Lichty. He sends it across, and it's just wide of the post. Off of possibly a Pittsburgh player, but they get it before it goes out of bounds. Ball is up into the air. Everyone wants a foul. Both teams want a foul, and no one's going to get a foul. And we're going to play on as the keeper Lish finally has it for Pittsburgh. And Jimmy Nielsen will make his final substitution if he can. Cyprian Hedrick will come into the game. David Lichty on the ball now. Nate Shipman. Shipman looking to Paul Wyatt. Dahlman steps in front of him. Pittsburgh now on the attack at midfield. Kevin Kerr. And his pass is taken away by the Energy. Here is Abraham Vion looking for Perry, and he has him. Vion runs into him, and Perry escapes him to Michael Thomas. Near side to Douay, and Douay has to hurry, and his pass is errant of Paul Wyatt. And here's Dahlman now with a pass into the box, and here comes Bader out, and Bader will play it down to his feet as he's finally challenged by Cabrillo, and Bader picks it up. 92nd minute. Couple more minutes to go. Sit may not get into the game if we don't have a stoppage in play. Long kick down by Bader. Perry has it, and a touch over the keeper, and it's just wide of the post.
That was very unlucky from Stephen. He had to get past the defender, get his foot in it. He was unlucky not to score there. Good run.
And now here is the substitution as Cyprian Hedrick will come into the game, and let's see who will come out. It's
Mark
going
Howard.
to be
number 4.
no, that is Hedrick.
4 minutes. Who's he
He's
putting
going to
up?
come
20?
in for Abraham Vion.
Avery.
Yeah, Abraham Vion will come in. So we will definitely play more than 4 minutes here. Abraham Beyond gets a nice round of applause and comes out of the game. And play is restarted. So now the Energy playing now back with 5 defensive backs here in the final couple of minutes. Pittsburgh has possession. Dahlman sends it in, headed up, and nice header by Pittsburgh, but right at Bader, and Bader knocks it down, and he'll kind of walk around the box with it at his feet and finally picks it up as Winya comes in to challenge. Punt out by Bader. Length of the field, bounces almost into the other box. And he kind of claps his hand. I think he wanted to kick it all the way into the other box.
That's a heck of a kick.
He missed it by a yard. Ball floats up. Pittsburgh heads it down. Dewey comes in, steps in, knocks it down. Here's Stephen Perry looking for someone and is double teamed, and Pittsburgh takes it away. Here is Kevin Kerr. Kerr. Nowhere to go. Finally cleared. Actually, Pittsburgh has it. This is Green. Edge of the box. Here's a cross, and it's too hard and high. Over the crossbar, it will be another goal kick for the Energy here in the final seconds.
It looks like the Pittsburgh managers having kittens down there. I mean, they've had 2 or 3 good chances, but their finishing has been really poor, you know.
Jim Byers will have Otto Dugeri after the game, and Jimmy Nilsson. And this will probably do it. And there is the final whistle. The Energy moved their unbeaten streak to 7 games with a convincing 2-0 victory. They love the 2-0 score here at home, though, with a 2-0 victory over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds here tonight. And the Energy improved to 6 wins, 7 losses, and 3 draws on the season. Pretty good performance by the hometown team.
Yeah, I mean, we did everything we needed to do in the first half. And sort of let ourselves down a little bit in the second half, but we've come away with 2-0. So.
And Jim Byers is down on the field with our man of the match, Otto Dugeri. Jim?
Thanks a lot, Jack. Well, Otto, congratulations on the 2 assists. The first one wasn't a corner kick, but it looked a lot like it. Mentally, did you approach that just like a corner kick?
Yeah, it did. You know, we've been working hard on set pieces all week, you know, these past 2 weeks, you know, so it was very nice to see this the second game in a row now that we scored on a set piece, so that's beautiful.
Then on the second goal, you got an assist on that as well, but we saw Dan Delgado's offensive skills again.
Yeah, Danny, you know, he's a great player. He's come in, added something to the team that I thought we needed. You know, he's a very skillful, talented player, and I'm happy I could assist him, you know.
You feel any, I don't know about rust, but you have to shake anything off after a 2-week layoff?
Yeah, I mean, we worked hard this week, especially me, you know. Jimmy was a bit after me because my fitness been lacking a bit, you know, but, you know, we got a tight schedule coming up, and we need everybody.
Congratulations on being man of the match.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
It's Otto Dugeri. Jack, back to you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. Again, the Energy win it by a 2-0 score. Jimmy Nilsson just over to your right, Jim, if you want to grab Jimmy here. Again, a convincing win by the Energy tonight as they now have their unbeaten streak to 7 games as Jimmy Nilsson's team playing very well. Let's go back down to the field. Jim is with Jimmy Nilsson.